of strategic importance and mutual benefit under the auspices of the Joint Permanent Commission of Cooperation, JPCC, and the Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security. Zimbabwe is set to host the midterm review as a follow-up to the JPCC successfully held in Harare last year.
Guest of honor at the event was the country's Minister of Science and Technology, Felix Mutati, who described the $390 million trade as an indication of enhanced relations.
Your Excellency, because we are connected, we continue to enhance trade between the two countries. Last year, Your Excellency may wish to know that trade between Zambia and Zimbabwe was in excess of $390 million, one of the highest in the region with all our neighbors.
Many Zimbabwean businesses are spreading wings in Zambia, a testament to the cordial relations.
Tendo Electronics is not only dealing with Zambia-Lusaka, but we are also in other districts where we're doing various programs such as CCTV installation. We have worked with a number of organizations such as APSA, we have worked with ZESCO.
We are a regional consultancy firm that deals with strategies, development of capacity building, as well as researches.
Cooperation in education has also escalated with the ED UNZA scholarship, providing opportunities to many underprivileged students from Zimbabwe.
ED UNZA scholarship iri kundibatsira cause yakabenefita maparents angu panyaya dzeschool fees and all that, and also I'm getting good education.
As a Zimbabwean student here in Zambia, it's a very nice place. I can say it feels like home away from home.
Zimbabwe's engagement and re-engagement policy thrust of being an enemy to none and friends to all is benefiting the country's economy through increased trade and investment into the country, as reflected by the high trade volumes between the two countries.
Against our worth mentions, we shall acknowledge that and applaud Zambia forever and ever.
Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Lusaka.
And now back home, as Zimbabwe prepares to host the 15th conference of the parties to the Convention on Wetlands, COP15 in July, parliamentarians this Saturday had an appreciation of some of the country's sites and the important role wetlands play in climate resilience, biodiversity, and the water management.
From the 23rd to the 31st of July 2025, the global community will meet in Victoria Falls for the 15th Ramsar Convention on Wetlands COP15. As part of the build-up, parliamentarians from the National Assembly and Senate this Saturday toured some sites in Harare that include Monaville, Lake Chivero and Cleveland.
We need to do more and better, adopting a whole of government approach and a whole of society, in the sense that every one of us has a responsibility to take care of the environment. In that respect, we have identified gaps with respect to key players, especially our local authorities, where they are disrespecting existing legislation in terms of them not allowing development in these key places.
Environmental Management Agency Impact Assessment and Ecosystem Protection Manager, who is also the national focal point on Ramsar Convention, Mr. Fano Mangizi, spoke on the importance of wetland ecosystems and opportunities ahead of COP15.
This will also help in terms of shaping the decisions and the discussion thereafter, whether these sites are in a better state, what is it that they can do as part of the parliamentarians to inform our policy in terms of management of these wetlands of international importance.
Environmentalists who are part of the tour also noted the need for concerted efforts in tackling the global climate, biodiversity and water crisis.
The importance of the biodiversity is that it is essential to providing the water services that are so important to these wetlands. What we're standing on here is a headwater wetland. It's the source of water. It's the beginning of where the water originates. And from here, it flows down and serves downstream communities. And it's the biodiversity, all these plants that we see around us that are instrumental and really important in slowing the passage of water through here.
We have put together these site visits to the different Ramsar sites so that parliamentarians also understand what we have in the country and the challenges that are around these specific sites themselves.
The Wetlands COP15 will bring together the world to champion the vital role of wetlands in sustaining biodiversity, ecological health and climate change. Memory Chamisa, ZBC News, Harare.
In a direct response to mounting concerns within the public health sector, the Minister of Health and Childcare, Dr. Douglas Mombishora, visited Paririnyatwa Group of Hospitals on Friday to engage with the staff, including nurses, doctors, as well as administrators, over concerns of working conditions and other issues affecting the country's healthcare system.
kuti tigone kuya kubasa kwedu, and then we come to deliver the service, tichipa quality service to our patients.
Speaking after a meeting with hospital staff, among them nurses, doctors and hospital executive, Minister of Health and Child Care, Dr. Douglas Mombishora acknowledged the seriousness of the concerns raised and emphasized government's commitment to resolving them through transparent dialogue and reform-driven solutions.
Not that I didn't trust what I was told, but I also wanted to hear it from the nurses who presented their grievances so that we can discuss and give each other direction so that things are done correctly. So we want to work towards addressing most of those grievances as much as we can.
The minister's interaction with hospital staff in various hospitals across the country has been widely regarded as a promising gesture of goodwill and a potential turning point in how government responds to health sector challenges.
Minister tataura nawo ne tingati vauya vachise feedback yemagrievances atakaendesa ku administration yedu. Panga paine challenges akati wandei, including ezvekushandisa mumawards
The minister's visit comes amid broader government efforts to reform and modernize Zimbabwe's healthcare system. A recent highlight was the signing of a landmark health cooperation agreement between Zimbabwe and Belarus during President Emmerson Mnangagwa's state visit to Minsk. Under the deal, Paririnyatwa Group of Hospitals will be among the first beneficiaries of a targeted transformation program aimed at rehabilitating major health institutions, upgrading medical infrastructure, and deepening international partnerships in medical training and service delivery. Abigail Tembo, ZBC News, Harare.
And now 1 million people across the country are targeted for enhanced awareness under a joint initiative between the World Food Programme and the United Nations Population Fund, and now which will strengthen focus on early pregnancy, sexual reproduction, drug abuse and food security. We get more from Theophilus Chuma.
It is a union coming with immense humanitarian benefits, with the two United Nations aid arms concurring the Memorandum of Understanding sealed in Harare this Friday will complement government. The initiative is expected to directly impact at least 1 million people across rural communities through enhanced access to family planning services and safe pathways out of violence.
Let's take this year's lean season, where WFP assisted almost 1 million people with food assistance, some of them children under 5. So if going forward in future, whether it be lean season or whether it be resilience building like we do with the village business units, we want to curate the distribution experience.
According to the aid agencies, the initiative will target the most vulnerable women and girls, including men who are at risk of gender-based violence, contributing to ensuring greater protection and enhancing livelihoods and dignity. UNFPA country representative Ms. Miranda Tabifor says the project seeks to curb long-standing social ills such as teenage pregnancy and gender-based violence.
With the initiative that we have, for instance, on teenage pregnancy, where we are actually reaching communities and villages where we're saying that there should not be any teenage pregnancy in villages. So that very space is going to be used positively to ensure that that message about no teenage pregnancy in this village, no gender-based violence in this village or in this community. So the projections are positive.
The initiative will feed into running programs under the Ministry of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare, as well as the Ministry of Health and Child Care and Children under 5. The initiative is also lauded as a pivotal strategy to enhance cost efficiency, considering global challenges affecting donor.
The National Prosecuting Authority has called on the public to be patient as investigations into high-profile corruption cases continue.
The call by the National Prosecuting Authority comes after concerns by the public that the authority and the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission are only targeting small fish while high-profile operations as authorities tackle the complex corruption cases. She made the remarks on Friday during a courteous call by newly sworn-in Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission commissioners at their offices in Harare.
As you are aware, high-profile matters, they take time to investigate, firstly, because of the complications of the evidence. And once they are investigated, then the prosecutors will take them to court. If you look at cases like the Abacha scenario cases in Nigeria, they took 15 years to be completed. So Zimbabweans need to be patient. The matters will be tried in court.
The new anti-graft commissioner say the net is...
But because, you know, all along there's been this negative perception about Zak, that it's a toothless bulldog, that it specializes in catching and releasing, and that sometimes it's used to settle personal scores. But we are not for that. We are actually going to give more gravitas to Zak so that we do our job.
The Second Republic is taking a comprehensive and multifaceted approach to curb corruption, which includes the establishment of specialized anti-corruption courts and the implementation of public awareness. Harare.
The First Lady, Dr. Auxilium Mnangagwa, is in Paris, France, where she was invited by UNESCO as a guest of honor for its Africa Week celebrations.
Initiatives being spearheaded by the First Lady, Dr. Auxilium Mnangagwa, have resulted in her being invited to be one of the high-level dignitaries in Paris, France, for UNESCO's Africa Week. This is a first-of-its-kind development, and Dr. Mnangagwa's invitation to be guest of honor is in line with the country's engagement and re-engagement policy. The First Lady, who has been championing the production and consumption of traditional dishes which have high nutritional value and medicinal properties, has also been promoting the national dress, making Zimbabweans identify with their nation and being proud of who they are. The UNESCO Africa Week is being held under the theme Global Solidarity for the Restitution and Restoration of African Heritage through Culture, Education and Sciences. The festival involves an array of activities including conferences, cinema, gala, exhibitions, reception cocktail, all meant to celebrate cultural diversity. Countries represented include Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Morocco, Haiti, the Philippines, Lithuania, Peru, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Kazakhstan, Armenia, Italy, and Brazil, among others. The festival is key in promoting diverse cultures and help different countries appreciate unique values and traditions. The mayor for District 17 in Paris, who follows Dr. Mnangagwa's work, invited here to attend the first edition of the International Gastronomy Festival, where Zimbabwe showcased its rich cultural heritage through food, music, and dance. Mouth-watering Zimbabwean dishes famed for their high nutritional value and medicinal properties was scrambled to taste food prepared by winners of First Lady Dr. Auxilium Mnangagwa's cookout competitions and other Zimbabwean professional chefs who showcased their talents on a global stage. The First Lady, who is Zimbabwe's patron for tourism and hospitality, has a deep appreciation of the tourism and hospitality sector, and through her traditional cookout competitions, which have since gone international, Dr. Mnangagwa has enabled communities to showcase dishes enjoyed in their various provinces so that everyone learns to prepare them and benefit them from their immense nutritional value and medicinal properties. The inaugural Paris 17th International Gastronomy Festival afforded different countries the opportunity to showcase their food. In what left a lasting impression at the event, Zimbabwean men and women prepared food using traditional utensils and indigenous ingredients, adding an African flavor to the display. Visitors to the Zimbabwean stand were treated to maguru, high firids, bream, biltong in peanut butter, dried vegetables in peanut butter, roadrunner chicken, oxtail served with rupiza, nopi, manuchu, and brown rice. Drinks served include maheu, mapfura or marula wine, and 7 days brew. For dessert, people were treated to baobab cake, zhiyo cake, thorny cucumbers, masawu, zhiyo salad, and nyi. Not to be outdone are fried kapenda and mopane worms, which proved to be the favorite of many. The dishes proved popular, with delegates from various countries coming back for more. Not to be outdone are performances by a Zimbabwean cultural group, which left guests in awe. They couldn't help it but take videos of the breathtaking performances. The national fabric, which is the brainchild of Amem Mnangagwa, also fascinated guests, who described it as a key symbol of national values, culture and identity. Donned in the distinct Zimbabwean national dress, the mother of the nation, who was accompanied by Deputy Mayor of the 17th District, Mr. Jean Didier Pethot, had an appreciation of dishes from other countries. She also tasted food prepared in French restaurants. Amai highlighted that she felt humbled to be at the event, which has coincided with the Culture Month celebrations.
So many countries are showcasing their dressing, their dance and their food. I've been to Mozambique to see the Mozambican stand. I've been to other countries and I've tasted, and the French food as well. It's so good. We are already in the Culture Month and we are promoting this. And my coming here, I was invited by UNESCO to come and showcase. They want to learn more about Zimbabwe. So we are showcasing and they are yet to see.
Deputy Mayor of the 17th District, Mr. Jean Didier Pethot, marveled at the richness of Zimbabwean cuisines.
It was first a great honor to have the First Lady of Zimbabwe here for this first event, because this is the first year that we organize this event here, and we have more than 20 countries, and we tasted your local gastronomy, which is very, very rich, very tasty. And so we appreciate that, and we appreciate to share everybody, and because it's very important for us, to connect people and to strengthen.
Other guests from various countries said they were charmed by Zimbabwean food, especially nopi, madura, mapfura wine, and baobab.
With pumpkin, and I taste, and it's very, very good. And I'm very happy to taste African foods, Sub-Saharan food and Zimbabwe food, because I don't know the meal, I don't know the culture, so I'm very happy to discover the country and the culture.
I taste the baobab, very good, lots of taste.
Zimbabwean ambassador to France, Spain, Portugal and the Vatican, Dr. Sekai Nzenza, highlighted the significance of the event.
He talked about re-engagement with the work that she started in Zimbabwe, and now that work, focusing on our heritage and our identity, is here today being expressed in the form of our food, to show the uniqueness of Zimbabwean indigenous food.
The event also offered a platform for Zimbabwe to market its tourist destinations. The mother of the nation, who is on a drive to restore and preserve the country's cultural heritage, is also the brains behind the popular Gota Nangai Kliba program, where she teaches children of various age groups the importance of good morals and respect for culture, which has inbuilt mechanisms to deal with social ills. Meanwhile, the Zimbabwean cultural group also shared the stage with various artists from other countries. The mother of the nation, who is a unifier, took with her a cultural group comprising men and women from ZPCS, Air Force, ZRP, and local musicians. They played the traditional instruments, including mbira, ngoma ne hosho, much to the delight of guests. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Paris.
While it's good to see the Zimbabwean culture there being shared to a global audience, Tari, feeling hungry?
Oh yes, absolutely. I am salivating. It is a miracle I'm still able to read after this. Now for these and more stories, be sure to visit our website. That's www.zbc.co.zw. You can also follow us on our socials, on Facebook, on X, as well as on YouTube. Do subscribe. That's at ZBC News Online.
And our stories ahead in this bulletin. The Miss Universe Zimbabwe 2025 is currently underway at the Hippodrome in Harare. We will join our arts reporter Patience Nyagato to give us a live update much later. Renowned caretaker Sensei Mugove Mohambi dies in a road traffic accident.
And with that, we take a break. We'll be right back.
Zimbabwe, through the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development, is excited to host the 10th International Civil Aviation Organization Africa Indian Ocean Aviation Week, taking place from the 26th to the 30th of May 2025 at the Elephant Hills Resort in the majestic city of Victoria Falls. This event is set to be officiated by the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. The Africa Indian Ocean Aviation Week is dedicated to advancing safety, security, and development of the aviation industry. Among the distinguished delegates will be the International Civil Aviation Organization President, Secretary General, Director Generals of Civil Aviation Authorities, among others. Africa Indian Ocean Aviation Week, advancing global aviation standards.
Now this is banking redefined. Deposits done. Withdrawals easy. All in one smooth move. Sleek, chic, always on. Your new Stanbic Bank ATM is here. Withdraw USD cash anytime, any day using any Visa or MasterCard at our new Zimray Park ATM located at Puma Service Station, Zimray Park Turnoff. You can also deposit USD cash into any Stanbic Bank account. No more queues or inconvenient opening hours. Stanbic Bank is a registered commercial bank and a member of the Deposit Protection Scheme.
Shark on the line.
He took my fish.
You guys, did you see that? I just was like, what?
I really want you to find someone nice who would mean the world to you and make you so happy.
Bernardo Silva, Stones, Foden, a little bit of time. Oh, what a shot! What a goal! What a player!
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, Mutare Teachers College is innovating with nature with students harnessing the potential of the baobab tree to create various products.
From coffee and stock feeds to skin lotions and tissue oils, the college's innovative approach is nourishing both people and animals. Director of Communication Love Mom Chavaka says their brands, Komoyo and Bao, are gaining popularity on the market.
We are taking the baobab seed cake to produce either the baobab coffee and the baobab stock feed, which is rich in crude protein, to feed our small livestock. We are also extracting the baobab crude oil to produce the baobab creams, which are like the lotions, the soaps, and the tissue oil.
Mutare Teachers College has registered several products including detergents, cosmetics and stock feeds, showing their commitment to quality and innovation.
We are selling our products to our general dealers within Mutare, such as our sister schools, our communities like Sakuba, Chikanga, and Nangamvura.
Turning tradition into innovation, Mutare Teachers College is proving the country is rich and what must change is the mindset. That mindset is being unlocked by the heritage-based education philosophy. Jackie Kwemende, ZBC News, Harare.
A devastating fire erupted at Mbare's Magaba area, leaving small and medium enterprise traders counting their losses.
The blaze, which broke out late last night, destroyed valuable equipment and goods, including grinders, fridges, drills, and plumbing tools. When the ZBC News crew visited the scene, devastated traders sifted through the charred remains of their property, trying to salvage the equipment left after the inferno.
sezvo ndasara hangu ndiri mupenyu asi zvakaoma zvese zvataa tichishandisa ipapa zvatotsva
zvinorwadza nokuti ndo panga pachibva kuraramira kwedu vana vachienda kuchikoro ipapa nokubhadharawo marendi asi zvinhu zvinongorwadza nokuti hatizivi kuti moto watanga sei.
Tabatikana sechinhu chaitika usina kuchitarisira uye ndo pano patanga tichirarama napo.
Zvinozorwadza zvikuru sezvo zvanga taisira kuti mangwana ndiri kuendawo basa ndonoitawo mari ndosvikawo kunhu kusina kana chinhu.
Mukuvis Manufacturing Traders Association chairperson Mr. Christopher Makopa and ZRP National Spokesperson Commissioner Ponyat said the estimated value of the destroyed property is around $15,000 United States dollars.
Zvinhu zvatsva izvi zvingangoita around 15,000 just because mamwe acho materials ekugadzira mapadza mafoshoro mamwe repairs anogadzirwa panogadzirwa mafiriji vane vachiripira mafiriji and so on.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police is investigating the circumstances in which in Mbare, specifically at Magaba, CSO, between 20:00 hours and 23:00 hours. So currently the police are working together with the fire brigade to find out what actually transpired in this said incident.
Last year, the Mbaremsika vegetable market was destroyed by fire, prompting government intervention through the construction of a new state-of-the-art market in the area. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
Oh, what a tragedy there, a huge loss indeed. From the capital, it's time to cross over to our Montreux studios where Sibukele Maposa is on standby to take us on. Sibukele, it is a beautiful evening and it is over to you.
Good evening and thank you very much, Leanne and Tari, for taking us through the bulletin, and a warm welcome to you, Zimbabwe, and to all those watching this bulletin from the various parts of the world. The widow of the late national hero, Comrade Rogers Alfred Nikita Mangena and Mrs. Sikubegi Sob Matea Mangena, who died last Sunday, has been laid to rest at the Nkulumane Provincial Heroes Ekale Timor.
Widow of the late national hero Rogers Alfred Nikita Mangena was granted Liberation War heroine status for a great contribution towards the liberation struggle in terms of resource mobilization. Though she did not carry a weapon, the late Mrs. Mangena's contribution to the struggle was impactful.
Comrades and friends, Mrs. Mangena was part of a remarkable generation of courageous women who stood resolutely beside their spouses during Zimbabwe's liberation struggle. These women bore not only the weight of personal sacrifice, but also the collective hopes of a nation yearning for freedom from a brutal secular regime that had institutionalized racial segregation and brought untold suffering to our people.
The late Mrs. Mangena contributed to the liberation struggle through resource mobilization during the armed struggle for independence.
That's why kulaboni waliwa yikho lapho abantu abanye esakhula khona sithi ukhokho wethu inkosi yethu kayisarendanga yanyamalala isasabuthi ngasarenda amakhiwa athi ukhokho inkosi yavuma wathi nje ngcono ngizibulale nyamalala emehlweni abantu nchimpi khona ukuze nxa uzalwa uzalwe usiyaqalisa impi ukontinue ngempi That is what omangena indlela ukomanda wethu umkama malolelela ujagalano sengikomanda katheso oselela phana izizinto omele sonke siziphathe ngazo sikwathi sizalelwe empini yokuziliberata first geographically then economically.
Loche Mangena, the only surviving child of the Mangenas, extended appreciation to the government for also recognizing the supportive role played by his mother in the liberation struggle.
When we celebrate Ubabunigita Mangena, we at times forget to celebrate Omama Betu, who were there behind them and supporting them through the struggle, through life, and were always there for him. We are what we are in this country from the sacrifices they both made, not just he made. It's both of them.
The late Mrs. Mangena is survived by a son, Loche, and 9 grandchildren. Lisa Masugu Kobidas, ABC News, Bulawayo.
Road authorities are being called on to harmonize operations as Zimbabwe targets increased regional connectivity.
With Matabeleland South linking Zimbabwe to SADC trading partners, there is general consensus among stakeholders who gathered for a provincial development committee meeting in Gwanda this Friday that road authorities should cooperate to facilitate development. The Bulawayo Kezi Road rehabilitation works emerged as a key highlight of the meeting.
We are doing our Bulawayo Kezi, which is 10 kilometers. The contractor is already on site. So they started working on the road. So far they've done 3 kilometers of subgrade, which is basically the foundation of the road. And then we're also doing Kwanda Mapisa road. For Kwanda Mapisa, we've already handed over the site to the contractor. I think as of next week, you will see the contractor will be on the ground. So we'll be working on 10 kilometers of road construction. And then we are also going to be working on Plum to Maitengwe road. That is also 10 kilometers. On Plum to Maitengwe, we have started the procurement process, and then the tender is actually closing on the 20th of May.
The provincial leadership is convinced that the projects should be completed on time to ensure that Zimbabwe attains an upper middle income society by 2030.
Council roads, they must be maintained. Lina be roads kuti diversity enye ministry enye DDF enye ngiyana akuphele lokho nxa marisoze khona ifeli khona asibulungisa imigwaqo yeMatabeleland South Province. And if where we can, and where we can, Lima, and that's what I'm asking. I'm a building. Council, please, I don't need to now. That bridge, Kwanda, I don't want to see any pothole in town.
The Minister of Roads and Infrastructure Development is working on rehabilitating the Plum to Maitengwe and Bay Bridge Bulawayo Highway. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Gwanda.
The government has rallied local authorities to upscale service delivery, including the improvement of solid waste management to ensure the delivery of quality services to the citizenry.
An all-stakeholder engagement to find a lasting solution to the mismanagement of the Ngozi mine landfill in Bulawayo brought to the fore the need for councils to prioritize service delivery in line with the call to action blueprint launched by President Emmerson Mnangagwa in 2023. Local Government and Public Works Deputy Minister Honorable Albert Mavunga implored Bulawayo City Council to scale up in terms of solid waste management.
Bulawayo City is struggling to manage this landfill, which is a failure on their part to deliver quality service delivery. And as government, we are not happy that this is the situation that the city is facing. So we are here to see it for ourselves and collaborate and possibly proffer solutions on the way forward that the council can look at. So it has to be sustainable, and setting up a solid waste management plant here will be a sustainable long-term solution. So we think that council can do more in managing this situation.
Established in 1994, the Ngozi Mine landfill has presented its fair share of challenges to the local authority, while the residents have been exposed to respiratory diseases due to pollution. The landfill has become an informal settlement for scavengers, resulting in incessant fires. However, the local authority reveals they have come up with a roadmap to establish phase 2 of the landfill.
Landfill equipment like bulldozers, tipper trucks, front-end loader and excavator. So if we can persist with those, because we need those on a daily basis to be able to properly manage our landfill, that is cover our waste, compact our waste on a daily basis to reduce any fires and other nuisances.
Meanwhile, government is shortly expected to launch a minimum service delivery yardstick for local authorities as a follow-up to the call to action blueprint. Bulawayo has become the latest province to benefit from the ZANU-PF Women's League Hatchery project, which aims to promote self-sustenance.
Officially launching the hatchery program in Bulawayo this Friday, ZANU-PF Secretary for Women Affairs, Comrade Mebo Chinomona, encouraged women to be self-reliant. Comrade Chinomona also distributed over 1,000 chicks to women.
Kana shoko richiti tama iharire kutama kubva pamba pako izvo ngasiti rinoreva kutama kubva kune zvakaipa zvavaita takudawo utungamiri hwekuvhoterana pachedu basa renyu kuvhotera wechirume nekuti vane mari lingavide kulivhotera vo papasitiri vane mari.
The Minister of State for Bulawayo Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Judith Ncube, said the hatchery initiative will enable women to participate in mainstream economic development.
Mama Chinomona, siletha isibongo esikhulu esokubonga umsebenzi omkhulu owenzayo phakathi kwelizwe.
Beneficiaries of the incubator training process held the ruling party's commitment to advancing women empowerment.
Nokubonga umama Chinomona lo president wethu lo mama auxiliary ufirst lady into abasenzela zona lapha eZimbabwe especially eBulawayo namhlanje sesireceive umtshina i-incubator yokucacada amatsiyane.
Mama bakobulawayo siyabonga ithuba esithe saliphiwa ukuthi lathi singomama sibe lento esenelisa ukuthi sizenzele yona ngezandla zethu, singabi ngomama sibe ngomama singabi ngama dependents but senelisa ukuthi sibe ngomama aba independent.
The handing over of the heavy-duty incubator capable of hatching over 3,000 chicks in 21 days marks a significant step towards promoting women's participation in agricultural projects. Lisa Masuku, Korira, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
We now move from Bulawayo to Mashonaland East, where hundreds of people thronged the St. Peter's Motuhake Primary School in Murewa this Thursday for belated provincial commemorations of the International Women's Day, with empowerment of women dominating proceedings.
The day, which is meant to celebrate the achievements by women, was punctuated by traditional games, sporting activities and displays of empowerment exhibitions from women across Mashonaland province. Guest of honor, the ZANU-PF Secretary for Women's Affairs, Comrade Mebo Chinomona, who was represented by the League's Secretary for External Affairs, Comrade Betty Kaseke, challenged women to take advantage of funding opportunities being availed by government.
Regai kunesekana baba vedu vamnangagwa vakatisira mari ku Ministry of Women's Affairs inova mari yatinofanirwa kuti isu madzimai tigone kuenda tichinotora kuti tiunodze mabusinesses edu atiri kuita akasiyana siyana. Saka Ministry of Women's Affairs vane inonzi Community Development Fund inova mari yatinofanirwa kuti chose panapa tizive kuti imari inotibatsira kuti remangwana redu rive rakajekwa.
Women from Mashonaland East, led by ZANU-PF Women's League Provincial Chairperson Comrade Apollonia Mjerengwi, spoke glowingly of the life-changing empowerment projects being spearheaded by the party in the province.
Takapiwa hechari namai vedu namai chinomona inotakura mazai 3,600. Saka hatichadi kuti mutambudzike nekuchochonya. Chitibudzai vhiki rega rega kuti mune mazai mangani huyai nawo kumaronde.
Tine horticultural gardens tine chirongwa futi chekuchengetwa kwehuku nemombe nezvemubate mako nezvekusoni nezvisonwa futi nefish farming, mafish ponds futi tinawo tine presidential fish farming irimo inotibatsira futi panyaya dzenutrition.
Tikuenda kumba nemishini, tichaenda kumba tine zvinhu machira ekunosona. Tiri kufarira chirongwa ichi.
Tiri kupiwa huku, tiri kupiwa mishini yekusona.
Meanwhile, as part of its community empowerment program, the ZANU-PF Women's League is launching hatchery projects in all the country's 10 provinces.
Well, that'll be all from the Montrose News Desk. I am Sibigela Maposa, now circling back to Harare, where Tari and Leanne will take us through the rest of the bulletin from this end. Good evening.
Many thanks, Sibukela. It's always a pleasure seeing you there on the other side of the screen. Taking it up now from the capital. The government has urged communicators to tell the true Zimbabwean story in a manner that promotes the nation's image on a global scale. Let's take a look.
In a night that celebrated excellency, vision and innovation, Zimbabwe's biggest minds in public relations and communication gathered for the 40 Under 40 Awards, where the next generation of communicators transforming the national narrative were honored. Representing the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, the Acting Permanent Secretary, Mr. Jonathan Gandari, emphasized the power and responsibility of communication.
It holds of you to create brands that are authentic. What we know about other nations is content that has been created by people like you.
Communication strategist Justin Chinopereke issued a passionate call to action, urging Zimbabwe's emerging PR professionals to rise above mediocrity and become true architects, narrative hackers and reputation revolutionaries.
We are witnessing a new era, a dawn where there is a new caliber of PR practitioners who will take this nation to new levels. And the 40 Under 40 in this room tonight should be champions of rebranding this beautiful country of Zimbabwe.
The Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation scooped 2 prestigious awards for public relations duo Olinda Mkhahlera and Elsent Tairoza, a testament to its leading role in shaping public discourse and delivering authentic communication. Patience Nyagato, CBC News, Harare.
Symbiotic relations between the church and the government are yielding fruit as over 500 students graduated from the church-run Zimbabwe Ezekiel University in Bindura this Friday.
The legacy of the late apostle and national hero Archbishop Ezekiel Handinawangu has been preserved as the university he established in Bindura. Zimbabwe Ezekiel University ZEGU marked its 9th graduation ceremony this Friday. Elated graduates pledged to utilize their newly acquired qualifications for personal and national development.
I am totally excited, elated. I have graduated with a master's in strategic management. It's been a tough journey. I started this journey a few days after laying my father to rest, the founding chancellor of ZEGU. And I had promised that I would do it no matter what it took.
I'm so excited for attaining a Bachelor of Laws honors degree, basically in law. It is my wish and desire to get promoted since I work for JSC.
Ndinonzwa kufara zvikuru muzuva ranhasi nekukwanisa kupedza degree rangu kwandaita. Iyi degree richandipa mukana wokubatsira vanhu vemunharaunda yangu kuti vabude mumatambudziko akasiyana-siyana.
ZEGU Chancellor Dr. Joseph Goti said the university continues to grow in leaps and bounds, sentiments echoed by Sayoja Forward in Faith Ministries International Senior Archbishop Professor Yona Goti.
Students who were pursuing masters, they are graduating now for the first time, so we are excited
that the university is growing and expanding. The legacy of the visionary continues to be celebrated, more so in the month of May. The month of May is special for us as Ayoja Church.
Zvavakasiya vatidzidzisa ndo zvatiri kuteedzera mazviri, ndo zviri kubuda izvi. Ichatoenda mberi chaizvo. Tichatoona kwakuzograduate ma-students akawanda kudarika the 515 were graduate.
Deputy Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Honorable Smelisizwe Svanda, challenged the graduates to think outside the box and provide solutions to local challenges.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, declared 2025 to be the year of commercialization. We therefore urge you as a university to work towards the development of research and innovation outputs that can be commercialized.
The graduation ceremony, which comprised 353 females and 162 men, comes at a time as ZEGU has operationalized its strategic plan of 2023 to 2028, which among other aspects aims to enhance the heritage-based curriculum implementation. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Bindura.
Now, the Miss Universe Zimbabwe 2025 is underway live at the Hippodrome right here in Harare. We cross over live to our reporter, Patience Nyagato, who will give us finer details on the proceedings. Patience, it is a beautiful evening. Take us through.
Good evening, Zimbabwe. We are here at the Hippodrome in Harare, the host of the Miss Universe pageant, and 9 British queens are vying for the coveted crown.
Hello, Zimbabwe. My name is Phil de Felicia Mpandaidza, and I'm here at the Miss Universe Zimbabwe 2025 edition. What I'm expecting? Well, I've been seeing the contestants doing their things online, and to tell you the truth, I don't have a prediction, but may the best queen win.
Hello Zimbabwe, my name is Michelle Mamba. I'm here at Miss Universe 2025. I'm glad it's about to go down. I'm waiting forward to seeing the best queen. May the best queen win.
The reigning Miss Universe Zimbabwe queen, Sakile Dube, is set to hand over the crown tonight. Among some of the judges is the revered South African actress, Connie Ferguson. That's what we have from here. It's back to you, studio.
Thank you very much for that update, Patience. From the arts, we shift our focus to sport, where veteran karateka Sensei Mugove Muhambi has died. Muhambi, a renowned karateka who represented Zimbabwe in many world championships, died this Saturday morning in a road traffic accident along Borodale Road in Harare. The Zimbabwe National Building and Fitness Federation confirmed the death.
Fitness enthusiasts have been plunged into mourning following the death of fitness trainer and karateka Sensei Mugove Muhambi in a road traffic accident along Borodale Road early Saturday morning. The head-on collision, which claimed the life of the veteran karateka, has seen Zimbabweans taking to various social media platforms to share their grief on the death of Muhambi. Eyewitnesses at the scene of the accident explained how the late Muhambi's vehicle was involved in a head-on collision with a Toyota GD6, where 2 of the victims in the vehicle sustained injuries.
And I think 1 or 2 cars before the accident, and there was a twin cab coming from Borodale going down to town, and the Honda Fit which was coming from the state house going to Borodale. So they head on.
Zimbabwe yese tinongokumbirawo kuti dei tese tagona kukoshesa mitemo yemumugwagwa. It's unfortunate because every single time tiri kuresponda kuma accidents, and mazhinji ma-accidents acho ari kukonzeswa neyatinoti human error.
National Police spokesperson Commissioner Paul Nyati confirmed the accident and called on Zimbabweans to follow road traffic laws.
Nhasi mangwanani taita tsaona mumugwagwa weLegacy Road yaimbonzi Borodale Road, apo pafa mutyiri weHonda Fit mushure mekunge abonderana neToyota Hilux. Zvinoratidza pachena kuti vatyiri veda vasikuchaira nenzira dzakanaka, vari kuita pachirungu yatoti reckless driving conduct. Tinoda kuyambira kuti sekutaura kwatakaita svondo rino iri, mutyiri achazobatwa achityaira zvisina mwero zvinoisa upenyu hwevamwe munjodzi, mutemo uchaita basa rawo, nokuti mapurisa vakabatana nevematare kuona kuti vanhu vanotyaira zvisina nzira yakanaka, vanotyaira zvine njodzi vaende kwavanofanira kunge vachienda.
As the nation mourns the late karate legend Muhambi, the government and the private sector continues to roll out more road safety awareness campaigns in light of the ever-rising road accidents.
A sad development there. May his soul rest in peace. Runaway log leaders Moors have maintained their spot at the apex of the Premier Soccer League table after thumping Kwekwe United 4-0 at Ngoni Stadium this Saturday to open a 3-point lead on a second place is the Scotland Football Club.
The Norton-based side remains unbeaten after 12 rounds of matches so far this season as they continue to lead the title race, 1/3 into the campaign. The Lloyd Mutasa-coached side displayed their class once more this Saturday as they humiliated visiting Kwekwe United by a 4-0 drubbing at Ngoni Stadium. Billy Veremu was in form for Moors, scoring a hat-trick before Tafazwa George added a fourth to give the log leaders their 7th victory of the campaign as Moors moved to 26 points. While Moors ran riot at Ngoni Stadium, second-placed Scotland FC dropped points at Sakuva as they failed to score past Manika Diamonds. Manika Diamonds were on guard as they restricted the ambitious new boys from scoring, which reaped fruit as the two teams shared the spoils in a goalless draw. Third-placed Zimbabwe were on the same page with Moors as they too baptized struggling Triangle United with fire, beating them by a whopping 4-0 at Wadzanai Stadium to move to within a point from Scotland. In other matches, Highlanders found the going tough at Nyamunga Stadium as they were beaten by 2-1. Yerentos College edged Ngeze Platinum Stars by a 0-0 and Green Fuel beat Chicken Inn by the same scoreline at Luveve. Twin 1-0 draws were also recorded as FC Platinum and Bikita Minerals played out to a stalemate, a similar result recorded in the Tail 1 vs Yada match at Ascot. Match day 12 action continues this Sunday as the Big Harare Derby takes center stage as the lone fixture to round up the match day as struggling Harare Giants Dynamos host their fading counterparts Cape United at their shared home venue, Rufaro Stadium. Both teams are in the bottom 4 and are only separated by a point, but have renewed optimism after technical team overhauls at both clubs. Reynaud Ngwarati, ZBC News, Harare.
The Zimbabwe Under-17 women's football team, the Young Mighty Warriors, have finished 4th at the 2025 COSAFA Under-17 Girls Championships as Zimbabwe Under-17 girls team successfully defended their crown in the tournament that concluded in Windhoek, Namibia this Saturday.
The Young Mighty Warriors could not effect a successful comeback in the third-place play-off this Saturday as Mozambique claimed bronze by beating Zimbabwe 3-2 in this year's COSAFA Under-17 Girls Championship third-place play-off in Windhoek, Namibia. Eyeing bronze, Zimbabwe fell behind with just 7 minutes into the match as Mozambique outlined their ambitions to finish third at the regional showpiece earlier on in the match. Zimbabwe did manage to crawl back into the match with a 20th minute goal courtesy of Chantel Muguti, but Mozambique immediately responded with a goal of their own 2 minutes later. Zimbabwe's Ivinya Mucherera failed to negotiate the exchanges, resulting in an on goal inside 22 minutes as Mozambique gladly restored their 1-goal cushion with a 2-1 lead, a lead they carefully preserved going into the break. A few minutes later, after the hour mark, Zimbabwe leveled meters as Winnie Mapua buried the ball into the back of the net in the 66th minute to give Zimbabwe hopes of masterminding what would have been an emphatic comeback to claim bronze. Mozambique, however, had other ideas as the player of the match. Jessica Andisene imprinted her name on the scoresheet with a neat finish in the 83rd minute to dictate the meters in the match with 7 minutes to go. The goal was enough to seal bronze for Mozambique as they edged the Young Mighty Warriors by 3-2. Meanwhile, Zambia Under-17 girls successfully defended their title after pummeling Malawi by 3-0 to make it back-to-back titles for Zambia. Reynaud Ngwarati, ZBC News.
The way of the weather up next.
welcome. It's time for you with the news. Let's get straight to it. Overnight, clear skies resulted in cold morning conditions across much regions in the country, especially in areas over higher ground. However, it warmed up later in the day under partly cloud and warm conditions, particularly in the northeastern and the southeastern parts of the country. This was caused by the remaining moisture of the system that is currently moving southwards from Zimbabwe before cooling towards this night under clear skies across the country. Now, over the weekend, you're expecting clear skies across the country, cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon, with clouds developing in Manicaland provinces due to the remaining moisture of the system. Now, tonight, we are anticipating clear conditions across the country with cool conditions in most parts of the country and cold conditions in areas over higher ground. Tomorrow, mostly sunny across the whole country, with clouds developing in Manicaland provinces, cool in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Bulawayo should be cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon under sunny conditions. Now, as we move on, we are expecting cool morning conditions in Matopos, becoming warm by the afternoon under sunny skies. As for Gwanda, cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Masvingo should be clear in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon and cool towards the evening. Same as for Gweru and Kwekwe as well. Clear skies are expected, cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Kadoma should be sunny with warm conditions for the greater part of the day. Harare, sunny conditions expected, cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Chinhoyi should be warm again and cold in the morning under sunny skies. Lupani, sunny throughout the focus period, cool in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Victoria Falls are mild conditions in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Same as for Kariba Northwestern, mild in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon under sunny skies. Bindura, partly cloud conditions expected here and there with cold morning conditions. Same as for Marunda, should be cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Nyanga, cold in the morning and at night under sunny skies. Thank you for tuning in. Good evening, Zimbabwe.
Thank you very much to Christine for giving us the weather report and forecast. That is a wrap for tonight. Join us again tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
The advent of the Second Republic in 2017 saw the President, Comrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, pronounce that Zimbabwe's new foreign policy was a friend of all and an enemy to none. The Foreign Ministry was to reconfigure as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. The arrival of the President, Comrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, at Minsk International Airport in Belarus for a 5